What's up, everybody? Awkward Anxious Jennifer here, and today I wanted to talk about making friends as an adult. Now, if you're watching my channel, there's a pretty fair chance you struggle with this, especially if you also have things like social anxiety or any type of anxiety or depression or other things that just make it more difficult to get out and meet people and make new friends. So today I wanted to try to give you some tips on how to do that. I've recently made some new friends for the first time in years, and man, it's done wonders for me. I'm less upset by the winter, and I'm just generally happier, and it's so great to have people to just reach out to. So I wanted to be able to share that happiness with all of you and try to help you find that same happiness by finding some friends. So the hard part is getting out to meet people, especially if you struggle with social anxiety. The key is to try to find a group of people who you share a common interest with. Now, one great place to do that is a website called meetup.com, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below. And on meetup.com, there are all sorts of groups in your area that people have created with a common interest. It might be, kayaking or watching movies or going to dinner or just, talking, whatever. Try to find a group that appeals to you and, commit to going to one of the meetups. I know how tough it is to show up to that first one. It's scary if you have social anxiety. Are they going to like me? Am I going to like the group? What happens if I am too scared to talk? But the key is just to go. Don't give yourself huge expectations that first time. If you struggle with social anxiety, just go. And if you make it and you walk into the event, that's a win. Don't try to have a great time. I mean, do try to have a great time, but don't put huge expectations on yourself that you're going to have a great time. And, hopefully, if you like the group of people generally, and you keep going to the same group, you'll meet people that you really like and connect with and hopefully start to become friends with them. Now, what happens if there aren't any meetups in your local area that appeal to you? You can start your own. The fees for starting your own group start at only $10 a month if there are fewer than 50 people in your group, and it only goes up to $15 if you have more than that. And if I have any international followers, I believe Meetup is an international group. I don't think it's just America. Obviously the fees would differ based on your area, but I think that's something that anybody can do. Now, starting your own group and being responsible for that and planning activities, yeah, that can be a daunting task if you deal with anxiety, but it can be really, really rewarding to connect with people who have a similar interest to you. So that's, maybe the best way to find friends as an adult. Other ways are to try to get to know your coworkers a little bit better, or if you're in college, there are probably clubs on your campus. If your hobbies are solitary, try to find a hobby that's a little bit more social. And then just talk to people and, exchange contact information with anybody you think you want to, talk to again. You can't just assume that you'll bump into them again and be able to talk to them more. So, that's a little scary, giving your information or asking somebody else for theirs. But, you kind of have to take that step to get to know them better and invite them out for other opportunities and whatnot. So then, from there, how do you build a friendship once you've met people? And, it's about getting to know each other more in depth, talking about more than just, oh, this weather and what do you do? And, you want to try to get below the surface of things to really get to know people and what they're about and what they believe in. And, that doesn't happen all at once. It can take several conversations and whatever. But it's a really important step. You can't be friends with somebody that you are just really on a very surface level with. And it's scary to open yourself up like that, I understand. But it's a necessary part of making friends. So another way to make friends is once you've made a couple of friends, meet their friends. And, if you can become friends with the friends of your friends, then you're expanding your social circle and your friend group and whatnot. And, don't try to rush into things. Just go slow, take your time, and, things will work out in time. And yeah, I understand it can be a constant struggle to overcome your anxiety. And even after you make friends, it's easy to misinterpret things. If they're busy one time and, they can't hang out with you, it's easy to get inside your head and say, there's something wrong with me, they don't want to hang out with me, it's really personal, when it may not be. They may genuinely be busy and not be able to hang out with you, and that's okay. So, it can be a daunting task, but boy, is it so rewarding to have actual friends that you can talk to when you have a problem, or call up and say, hey, I'm bored, let's hang out, or when are you free, I want to see you and talk to you and chat and whatnot. And, if you're used to isolating, trying to get used to going out and spending time with others, it can be difficult at first, but it really is worth the effort. There's a great website with some further, more in-depth information about how to make friends as an adult, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below if anybody wants more information than what I've said here. But the overall theme is, just find a group of people with a similar interest, force yourself to go, but don't put too high of expectations on the first few meetups. And be persistent. The first time you go, you might not find anybody you can click with, or you might be so anxious that you don't talk to anybody. But don't let that stop you. Go back a few times, and you should be a little bit more comfortable in time and gradually start to open up to more people. And, if people are too busy to hang out with you or whatever, don't take things too personally. Or some people just aren't very good about replying to texts or whatever. So it's hard. It can be hard to, try to make friends without being offended and, by people who may not want to hang out with you. But, it's totally worth it to do that, to find the people who do want to hang out with you. So anyway, I guess those are my tips for today. Do any of you have more tips on making friends as an adult? Let's start a conversation about it down in the comments. And I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.